Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Kami daripada kumpulan 6 ingin membentangkan tajuk bab 4 Unemployment in Economy. Okey, nama saya Faris Ashraf bin Muhammad Rahmat, memegang nombor matrik 02 DAT 20F 2025. Dan rakan-rakan saya Muhammad Farid Izzuddin, Muhammad Safwan Syami dan Muhammad Safwan bin Osman. Unemployment. Labour force is defined as all persons in the group age of 15 to 64 years who are working or actively seeking work. In other words, the labour force is defined as people from total population about 15 years of age who are not in any situation and are either employed or unemployed. Unemployment is defined as labour force participants being available and willing to work but are unable to find jobs. The unemployment rate is a percentage of the labour force that is unemployed and is actively seeking employment. Next is the unemployment rate does not measure underemployment. Underemployment describes those who take part-time jobs below their capacity but are seeking full-time employment. Full-time employment is the situation where all available in the economy are employed to produce goods and services. Full employment does not mean 100% of the working labor force. There are always some people who voluntarily unemployed due to work satisfaction or resign to look for another job.
Okey, sekarang saya akan terangkan types of unemployment. First, frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment occurs when workers leave their old jobs but haven't yet found new ones. Mostly, workers leave voluntarily, either because they need to move or have saved enough money to allow them to look for a better job. Frictional unemployment also occurs when students are looking for that first job or when mothers are returning to the workforce. It also happens when workers are fired or in some cases laid off due to business-specific reasons, such as a plant closure. Second, cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment is caused by the contraction phase of the business cycle. That's when the demand for goods and services falls dramatically. It forces businesses to lay off large numbers of workers to cut costs. Cyclical unemployment creates more unemployment. The laid off workers have less money to buy the goods and services they need. That further lowers demand. Third, structural unemployment exists when shifts occur in the economy that create a mismatch between the skills workers have and the skill needed by employers. An example of this is an industry's replacement of machinery workers with robots. Workers now need to learn how to manage the robot that replaced them. Those that do not learn need retraining for other jobs or face long-term structural unemployment. A long recession often creates structural unemployment. If workers stay unemployed for too long, their skills have likely become outdated. Unless they are willing and able to take a lower level, unskilled job, they may stay unemployed even when the economy recovers. If this happens, structural unemployment leads to a higher rate of natural unemployment. Last, seasonal unemployment. Result from regular changes in the season. Workers affected by seasonal unemployment include resort workers, ski instructors, and ice cream vendors. It could also include people who harvest crops. Construction workers are laid off in the winter in most parts of the country. School employees can also be considered seasonal workers.
Okay, next, effect of unemployment. For individual and society, the loss of income and self-respect, loss of job skill, social and political problem to economy, loss of government revenue, reduced development activity, slow economic growth, and low output. This is a formula for labor force participate rate. Labor force per working age population. For for the employment rate is number of employment per labor force times 100%.
And then I will continue this part. Method to control the unemployment. Monetary policy, purchase of security of short-term bonds. First, increase money supply and increase the purchase power. And then lowering the reserve requirement. Encourage the bank to offer more loans. Third, lowering the discount rate. Increase borrow and increase investment by private businessmen. Fourth, lowering to interest rate. Reduction of the interest rate will result in consumer saving less and spending more. Next. Okay, and then fiscal policy. Decrease in taxes. A reduction in business and corporate tax will promote an increase in investment. So next, increase in government expenditure will directly affect aggregate demand. For example, an increase in the salary of civil servant create more development project. So and then I will explain about direct control policy. So first, training and technical education. Given free short course to learn computer skill and language. Driven development of new land. Creates more job opportunity through government agencies such as FELDA, ISDA, and FELCRA. FELCRA. Okay, so next, job creation on various sectors of economy. Expand all sectors in economy such as transportation, finance, insurance, service, tourism, manufacturing, and construction. So thank you. That's all.
That's all from us. Thank you.